What I hear out of you is you're an old school lefty, right? You care about equality, you care about wages, you care about ownership of infrastructure, not being in the hands of people who are not running well, etc. The question obviously there is, there's almost certainly going to be an incoming Labour government under Keir Starmer, by the looks of the politics today as it is. Are you excited from your perspective, where you sit on the left, about that prospect?
No.
This is what I meant earlier when I said there's no one you can vote for that's really going to change anything. But please tell me more.
Well, I'll repeat a discussion I had with Matt Ford the other day. And bearing in mind, Matt Ford is very much his hero is Tony Blair. I don't think that's being unkind to him to say that. And a discussion, a lovely fellow, I really like him. And I like most people, really.
You're a nice guy.
Gets me in trouble. Right. So, and the discussion we were having, I said, Matt, here's something that I think is very different between the situation we're in now and the equivalent situation, you might say, in the summer of 1996, a year before an election, maybe a little bit more than a year for an election now. Blair, people remember obviously Iraq, and he's also remembered New Labour and all the tearing up the left and so on. But Blair, by this time, was very much associated with bringing in the minimum wage, which now, everybody accepts that. But the Conservatives were going, this will cost 1 million jobs and so on. They were going to bring in a windfall tax on the mobile phone companies of billions of pounds and use that for Sure Start and various projects, NHS and so on, which did happen. There was devolution for Scotland. The Good Friday Agreement was, Blair was quite central to, wasn't he? I know John Major was as well. The gay civil marriage and abolishing fox hunting, right, which is easy to dismiss. But at the time, a combination of all those things, plus the fact it was there was so many, there were like openly gay people in the shadow cabinet and lots of women and so on. It just looked, the whole sense of it felt like there was a radicalism to it. Felt like that there was a radicalism to but I was never a fan of Tony Blair, even in those days, but it felt like there was a sense of excitement. It felt like something was going to change. If you ask someone, what will change if Tony Blair becomes Prime Minister, most people could reel off 3 or 4 of those things. Oh, he's going to abolish the fox hunting and put more money aside. Now, is that true with Starmer? I've got a line I've been saying about Starmer's great genius is he says nothing and then a week later goes back on it. About a year ago, I started to be excited when he was made it, we're definitely going to bring the railways back into public ownership. Now I don't think he doesn't mention that. The water, he's not going to, I don't know what he's going to do. Do you know? I don't know. I follow these things more than most people. I don't know what he's planning to do. It's just Britain can do better. Can't do it.
Mark, do you think the problem is that the Conservatives have been so appallingly useless that he doesn't really need to offer an opposition? All he needs to do is basically stand back, watch the Conservatives implode, and he knows he's going to win anyway. So why would he make policy pronouncements when he doesn't have to?
Well, I suppose that's his thinking, isn't it? I suppose that's his thinking, but I don't know. What do I know? I stood for election once. I was fucking useless.
And
so I can't.
I know what you mean, but do you not? Because you should be excited as a lefty that Labour are going to get back in. Surely we've had a Conservative government for 13, 14 years. This should be a galvanising moment.
I don't feel excited. I felt more excited. I mean, when the night Blair got in, I had a wonderful time, and I wasn't a fan of Blair's at all. I was at the Croydon Labour Club. Fantastic night. It was just brilliant. All these people who had seen in there, and I'd been in the same room in 1992, and everyone was sort of, it was awful, and people started scrapping and arguing with each other and stuff.
Doesn't sound like the left, Mark.
No. And so, I'm trying to think of a joke I had that I used to do at sort of left-wing benefits was about when the police would go, there was an organised organised left on the demonstration. That's how you know they were lying. The left is never organised. How did it go? If the police had the same level of organisation on demonstrations as the left, they'd just be going, oh shit, we've locked the truncheons in the pan.
That's basically where they've got to, mate, by the looks of things at this point.